Ladies and gentlemen, today I have the pleasure to welcome Mr. Acyr. He's the director and founder of Chicago Samba. Chicago Samba is the organization or ensemble that have been around for more than 30 years. And today I am glad that Mr. Mosher accepted my invitation, and I would love to welcome Mr. Moser under the human right tree. Mr.
Thank,
Moser, thank you very much for joining me.
thank you. Thank you for reaching out. I really appreciate talking with you and having this conversation with you. I hope I can help people understand a little better how Brazilian culture works here and in Brazil as well. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil, and I'm 67 years old, and I've been playing music for almost 40 years. But my life has always been with the arts. I have a degree in advertising. I used to work for the PBS in Brazil, São Paulo, the TV Cultura, and my whole background is with culture. So let's do it.
Okay. I'm very excited. Yeah. I would love to talk, of course, as I indicated, I want to talk about samba and the samba music in your country. But before then, can you tell us a little bit about your background? Mm.
Yes, like I said, like I have a degree in advertising, and in Brazil, I was going to school during the day, during the night, and working during the day. So I didn't have a lot of time to play music, like I have on the weekends, but it was very difficult. And then you have a girlfriend, and they want to spend time together and things like that. So like I never had time for the music. I just like find time when I moved to Chicago in 1985.
Oh,
I moved
wow.
to Chicago, so it's been 41 years that I'm here in the Midwest.
Mm.
And then I start like having some time to learn how to read music and I start playing music.
Mm.
And I noticed back then there was nothing from Brazil here, but we're talking like years pre-internet. There was no internet, so there's nothing about Brazil. There was a jazz band called Sounds of Brazil. There was a really good jazz band, but there was nothing like there was people, like a samba school, like a popular band, or playing some different styles of Brazilian music. And then I decided to do a samba school. I don't know if you're familiar with the term samba school, are those big Mardi Gras organizations that we have in Brazil. It's a neighborhood organization, association, I would say, and they do carnival on the street. They put those big carnivals in the street. So I decided to make one in Chicago, and it was called Chicago Samba School.
Mm.
But the school and the name like got very confused, like with Americans could not understand. Is that a school? Is that a band? No, what are you doing? Why are you calling it school if it's not a school? And
Mm.
then after years like of having problems with that, we decided to take the name school out of the name. So like it became just Chicago Samba. And back then, like at one point we were like 25 percussionists, like maybe 10 dancers.
Mm.
The idea was only to do parades. That was it. But it was very complicated to deal with so many people. Now,
Mm.
people would show up drunk sometimes, like really high. And it was hard. So we had some meetings over there. People that were more into the group and said like, listen, let's make it smaller. Let's make a band.
Mm.
Whoever is serious with the band, we keep. But if they're not serious, if they're not coming for rehearsals and stuff like that, we cannot keep them on the band anymore. No, and so that happened. And then finally we were seven guys. So and then that formation stayed together for 14 years. So that was a really good formation.
Yes.
Uh, but so this a little history about the Chicago Samba, like how the group started.
Yeah. As you indicated, you come from Brazil, and as you know, Brazil is a big country. Can you be more specific? Where were you born in
Yeah.
Brazil? Was it Rio? We know Rio, Brasilia, but
Yeah.
are you from Rio or
No, São Paulo.
Sao Paulo?
São Paulo, yeah.
Mm.
It's a huge country. Like Brazil accounts for half of South America in land and
Mm.
population.
Okay.
It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful culture. Like the mix of the nation, the mix of the three elements, the three ethnicities. The
Mm.
Indians, they were there. The Portuguese, they came and tried to colonize them. They refused to be colonized. They rather die than be colony of Portugal. So
Mm.
and there was a lot of abuse. Now, there's probably one of the worst like part of of history, like its colonization. Mainly there's one from the 1500. The U.S. was based on that as well, in
mm,
Brazil too. So they went to Africa and they conquered the Africans. They started bringing Africans to
mm,
Brazil. The difference, like United States and Brazil, here in the U.S. they have 500,000 Africans. In Brazil, it was 5 million.
mm,
So like, it was like this huge and people from different parts of Africa. And they were like really sharp people. They know math already, like because since they were from different parts of Africa, no? And there was like a revolution, not a big revolution, but a big like because the Portuguese was very like we'll say like uh, brutal with them. No, like just the whole process. No, like it's very brutal. And
mm.
then like, but they were very intelligent. Like no, so they start escaping and forming villages called quilombos. And those quilombos exist even today. Some of those quilombos, one of them, de Palmares, it was the most famous one. It lasts like over 100 years because they were fighting against Portuguese, the Portuguese soldiers. So they have fights and they win all the time. And there was one point like that they couldn't resist anymore. No, but the Quilombo de Palmares lasts over 100 years. So this the very and there like they develop like a lot of the music or capoeira. I don't know if you're familiar with capoeira.
Yeah, the
Capoeira
dance.
is it's a martial arts slash dance.
Mm,
There was developed a lot at Palmares. It was a self-defense, and I think that they could use as a defense. They use their legs, and
mm.
then in even though like the slavery was abolished, like the Afro-Brazilians continued to practice the art form, no? And for a while, the police prohibit them to do it. But then it was this guy most like as a dance. So capoeira has the roots in the quilombos as well.
Mm. As you indicated, your name is Moacir, Martin,
Yeah.
and you told me that Martin is Italian and the Moacir is Indian. Are you a mix? Is
No,
or
actually, my grandfather was from Spain, part
mm,
of on my mother's side, and from my father was from Italy.
okay,
So Marchini, that's because since my father was Italian, so they kept like my father's last name, not my mother's last name.
okay.
But like this world is very like, can I say some words over here like it's slurred sometimes, if
Yeah,
it comes
go
up?
ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead.
this world is
It's
very fucked up, like cause like I recently I find out that I'm part Jewish because
oh,
my grandfather's
mm,
last name is Aguilera, and Aguilera he used his name when he escaped from Poland because he was being persecuted like in Poland. So he went to Spain and he adopted another name. So Aguilera is one of those names that I found on a list the other
oh,
day. Like I was searching up for so like make me Jewish, and I always thought I was Catholic, no. But I'm
so
agnostic, by the way. So like I'm very agnostic, like
mm,
I believe in God, but I don't trust any religion. Not like after the things that they do, like sorry.
yeah. So how they end up in Brazil? Your ancestors, they went there for better life, or they just went there because they was religiously persecuted in Spain?
No, not in Spain. In Spain, there was the wars. There was the civil wars,
Okay.
and there was the first war too. That was very
Mm.
devastating for a lot of people were dying, and no, with the war, like we still have
Yeah.
a lot of wars. Like today, like we don't see as much, but there's a lot of wars.
Mm.
Not here in the U.S., of course, but there is we're making wars someplace else. Let's put it like this. No, like
Mm.
so
So
anyway,
because
so.
go
So
ahead.
they went to Brazil. The Brazilian government was like offering like free land. So
Mm.
people start going to Brazil like and get like there was the case of my grandparents. So they got like some free land. So they start like cultivating that land.
I see. In Sao Paulo? Mm.
No, they went to Paraná. Paraná.
Um,
My parents were born in São Paulo, but
okay.
no,
Your
they moved to
ancestors.
Paraná.
Paraná
Yeah.
is where is Paraná located? In
Paraná is south. It's one state south of Brazil. Brazil has 27 states.
okay.
And and it's like the south and the south most of the south is very white. It's like Germans, like Polish people,
Mm.
Italians, so it's very white, the
Okay.
south of Brazil.
And you
Opposed,
said,
like the Northeast is very black. The Northeast is very black because that's the one that's close to Africa. And
mm,
the north of Brazil, that's the inside of the Amazon jungle, is very
okay,
Indian look. So like and there's the center, there's a mix of everything. You know, state like Minas Gerais is very mixed. You know, like you do, so there's like this Brazilian color, you know, like that's
I see. Um, Basically, your parents moved to Sao Paulo and you were born in Sao Paulo. How was, what differentiates Sao Paulo from the other cities? And how was uh, your childhood growing up in a big city like Sao Paulo?
São Paulo is the most powerful industrial like center from whole South America. Like
Mm,
I would say the whole America because it's very powerful. The city is very powerful. It's a
mm,
city like with 23 million people. But I grew up in the suburbs of São Paulo. It was very poor. The suburbs of São Paulo are poor. No, like
mm,
there's any suburbs in Brazil are poor.
mm.
It was very but it was fun. You know, like then I was playing like football three times a day, football, soccer,
Yeah, it's
football, right?
quite
So
very
you know what
popular
I
in
mean, right? So
Brazil.
yeah, very popular. And then one thing, like with one single ball, you make 20 kids happy, like,
Mm,
and then so like I was playing like football three times a day, like half of my friends was black because half of Brazilian population is
mm,
black.
I see.
So there's a lot of exchange over there in cultures. No, like and then I learned to play samba like growing up in that environment over there. It was very poor. It was a struggle to do that because it was difficult. My parents didn't have money. They moved to the city like looking for a better way of life. So they
Mm,
didn't have money. So we start working like at 13, 14 years old. We were working already and
mm,
like going to school at night, like in working during the day to help the family and things like that. So it was very difficult. So even though I knew how to play samba already, I play every time because I love to do it. And I
mm.
play any time that I had a chance, it was very difficult to do it.
Can you tell us your beginnings with encountering, growing up in the suburb of Sao Paulo, and how was, how did you get involved into music? You couldn't be into advertisement or thing.
Yeah.
How was the process of getting involved on playing samba? Mm.
One I was thinking the other day, like I don't know, you're from the French Guianas, né? You are from
Guinea,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is in West Africa. Yeah,
Where's that? Okay, okay, yeah.
yeah,
So I don't know if you have that one over there, but in Brazil, like when they have like the football games, like the soccer games. Well, if I say
yeah.
football, like think soccer, okay? So
Mm.
when they have the football games, like we go like and play against a different village, like or against neighborhood. So
Okay.
everybody go on top of a truck, like like everybody's standing on top of a truck, and they
Mm,
playing samba. They play like all percussion, and this most beautiful pure like samba
mm,
playing. And then you could hear like the truck coming from far, far away. Like you hear the batuque, we call the batuque. You hear
mm,
the batuque from the batucadas, and you hear like coming like, and then I ran to the street like to see them pass by. And there was so much joy because they were going to play against a different village or a different neighborhood. And
mm.
then that was my first contact. Like that's my love with samba. It started over there. And
Okay.
then my neighbors, we always have some instrument. I remember I was 10 years old and I bought an agogo bell.
Mm,
So like and then so we're playing, we're singing, and I had some presentations at school too, like because since I knew how to play already, and I
mm.
think I was 11 or 12 years old, I did a presentation at school with a little group singing and playing percussion. So probably that's my first involvement. But
Encounter. Good.
the influence of American culture was very big already back then.
Mm,
With rock and roll and things like that, like the Beatles, but I really never liked them not to be my music. So I always liked samba. Like I was listening to samba, and my
mm.
brothers, for example, were listening to the Beatles
I
and
see.
with some other American style, and I never liked it. So I always stay with samba, and then I learned how to sing the songs and stuff like that. So that's the way I started, probably.
I see. We often hear the name samba. What is the meaning? Why they call it samba? Why they didn't call it another name?
Yeah,
Do you?
because it comes from an African dance called sambo. And
Okay.
sambo they dance like hitting the belly button like on each other like that. So
Mm,
in Brazil we call umbigada, but that's also known as sambo. And that's the dance like that. And since there were always some percussion on that, I went to Brazil like it became samba.
I see. What
It could be another version of that story over there, okay? But that's the one that I
mm,
know.
what makes samba basically? When, for instance, there are other genres of, if I'm not mistaken, of music. But what differentiates samba to other genres of music in Brazil?
Well, I think there is at least like 20 to 30 ways of playing samba, different formations, different fusions with other styles. You know? But
Mm,
it's samba, even like this pure like version that I'm talking about the batuques, you know, the batucadas. And if you have a chance to do it, I have one CD called uh, Chicago Batucada. Was a recording that I did like 20 years ago. And then it's all percussions, all percussion. And
mm,
then this is probably the most like pure way of playing samba, it's the batucada. But this start fusing with different styles, like like we have samba rag, we have samba rock, we have bossa nova, this mix of jazz and samba.
mm.
Uh, there is like another, I don't know, 20 ways of playing samba with different names. In probably like different parts of Africa, they came to Brazil and they encounter other cultures over there, the
Mm,
Portuguese or the Indians, so they mix the elements over there and become different expressions. So all over Brazil, we have different ways of playing samba.
I
But
see.
let me tell you a funny story. There's another one called choro or chorinho. I don't know if you're familiar with this style.
No.
It's our jazz. This is our Brazilian jazz. It's very instrumental, and they play a lot with the cavaquinho. Cavaquinho is the guitar that I play, which is this one over here pretty much. It's a
Oh,
four-string guitar. It's
okay.
a it, this is
A
a different version.
little bit up. Mm,
Yeah, this is
yes.
the body. Okay, this is one of them. It's only
Okay.
four strings. It's
Mm,
like a ukulele.
mm.
Actually, both of them came from Portugal. The ukulele came from Portugal, and so the cavaquinho too. The cavaquinho is the first version. Ukulele is the second version of this guitar called cavaco, which means a little piece of wood. But anyway, so like this going back to the choro or choro music or chorinho.
Mm.
Uh, this is a true story. Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Portugal in 1807. The whole
Okay.
royalty was afraid of Napoleon, so they
Mm.
fled to Brazil. The whole royalty fled Brazil. It was like ships and ships, like so they started running Portugal from Brazil. You
Okay.
know, today would be very easy, through emails and stuff like that. And back then, I had the ship had go back with a
Mm.
letter to tell
Mm.
somebody else what to do. No, there was no speed boats, not like not even motorboats probably back then, like 200 years ago, 220 years ago.
Mm.
So like when they fled to Brazil, they brought even the musicians and the hip music back in Portugal, the one that did the saraus for the royalty. It was the polka music. So they brought like a bunch of polka musicians to Brazil as well. Those
Okay.
polka musicians started fusing with African drums, the
Mm.
Afro-Brazilian drums already. So like in that from there like originate this style called choro.
Sorrow. I see.
So like how to see like how the culture evolved.
Mm.
One other thing, like Brazilian music is a lot of percussion. Brazilian music, you can see like there's always different ways of playing percussion. There's always samba because we have our ways. We have enough of ways to play samba. We don't need to play any other style. But it is very rude, like it's in Africa. No,
Mm.
then like we have the batucadas, we have the carnaval, we have these 20 plus ways of playing samba because they expressed themselves musically like to drums, which did not happen over here in North America. Like
Mm.
the British was very strict with them, and here like they developed other ways of to express themselves. So with chants, with gospel, with blues, with jazz, even rap today, hip hop is an evolution of that process. Like
mm,
using vocal expressions, not like because drums were not allowed to play. I don't want to talk about those things that go all over the place, but
mm.
you ask the questions over there if I'm
No,
too off. Okay.
it's quite interesting seeing in the kind of learning the environment you grow. You know, so how was parties as an adolescent growing up in Sao Paulo? How was the party organized? Was it
Yeah.
everywhere, schools, nightclubs, or family home? How did you guys get together and share the music of samba and entertain yourself? How was the process of doing that growing
Yeah.
up in Sao Paulo? Mm,
I remember having a group of people like we went out a lot as a group. We were neighbors, not like we were dating one or dating another. And then
mm,
we have like a futsal team as well, like
mm.
one that was a teenager. So and the girls would come to watch the games too. So
Okay.
like so we are like, but my connections with samba, there
Mm,
was the samba schools there, and I have one nearby my house. So like I would go over there once in a while to listen, but I didn't have time to be part of that because I was working during the
mm,
day. Like at night I had school, so I had no time for rehearsals and stuff. So I would go over there and always seeing the carnival on the street, on the bars. Like the bars in Brazil, we have open bars. The bars are open, and some people are playing samba in the bars. You just stop over there.
mm,
And I grew up dancing. I dance a lot. You know, like I always. So since we like was boys and girls, we were all together. So we
mm,
date a lot, we dance, we always find a way to dance. So like it was and then like once I got a little older,
mm,
then I got interest like doing other things.
mm,
Then I joined a theater group for 1 year. I was 20 years old. I
mm.
joined like a theater group, and that theater group like changed my life completely because like exposed me to some other stuff that I didn't have before, including like my ex-wife, like the one that I came to Chicago with. I
Mm,
met her in that group. This woman had two kids with her in
mm.
Chicago. They live in Florida now, but I don't have five grandkids. So like
Okay.
my family pretty much like grew over here, no? But
How
this
was
woman like
what was the name of the theater group?
it was Sesc, Dr. Villanova. Sesc is a nonprofit organization. It's a cultural center.
Okay.
And so like so they have like different classes over there, like
So
various classes.
what was the goal of that theater group? What was the purpose you created
Yeah.
and you decided to act on it?
Yeah. Oh, the group was there already. I just joined the group, but
Okay.
I was going to the university already, and I
Mm,
was doing like advertising and marketing. But
mm,
since I was working at the PBS at TV Cultura, I
mm.
want to know how to direct a little better, know like get expression stuff. Like that's why I joined the group.
I
And then
see.
like that year I didn't go to school. I stopped the school for that year. I went
Mm,
back next year. But for the whole year I dedicated to the theater group. And then it was very crazy now because it was like pre-AIDS. No, it was like we travel a lot. No, like so it was a lot of freedom. No, like we have a thing that we call like colorful friendship that
okay.
like it's just friends live together and there's no attachment there's nothing that but then when like later on like AIDS start like kicking in so like things got different
I
different
see.
approach then so
Eventually, you decided to come to America. When did you come to America, and why you decided to live that celebrating life in Brazil and move
yeah.
to the United States? Mm,
Oh, I still celebrating my life a lot. Okay, there was the time when I moved over here was hard
mm,
because I felt really homesick. But what happened? This girl that I met in the theater group,
okay.
she had lived over here in Chicago
Mm.
because her parents were in Chicago. She was Brazilian, but the parents were immigrants in Chicago.
Okay. I see.
And then like she had lived over there, and then we dated for 2 years, and then she came. The parents asked her to come and move away. She moved for 2 years, and then
Mm.
she went back to live with me. When she was there, she got pregnant, and she
Oh.
said like, I really don't want to have the kids here. When I have the kids in Chicago, will be better for the kids. It'll be better for us and
Mm.
stuff like that. So, and then I agreed with her, and then I moved to Chicago.
When was it? Mm.
There was 85.
85? Mm.
Yeah, and she moved a little before because she got pregnant, and then she said like she moved a little. She moved like 6 months before, or f-
Do you,
5 months before.
do you recall the season? Which season you came?
It
When
was it
was it?
was the, it was the winter time, like very like like, and I was like, oh, like like it wasn't the sun all the time, like very
Mm.
tan, like this game was very tan. I moved to Chicago, and the first day that I was there in the house, I remember there was a beautiful sunny day, and then I
Mm.
just put like a little thing like this, and I went out, like, and I went around the block, and I came back sick because I was not used to that type of cold, like, and I still don't like cold today, like it's I really dislike the cold weather.
Where were in Chicago? Because many people,
There,
Chicago
there
is
was
a big
there was
city.
another Yeah, there was another problem like when I moved to Chicago because in Brazil, like I told you, like half of my friends were black, like I didn't see
Mm.
no color, those kind of things. When I moved in, like I moved to Cicero,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, in Cicero today is okay, but 40 years ago, Cicero was horrible. Like they didn't want black people there, they didn't want
Mm.
Latinos. It was they kind of holding like if you buy a house over there, they burn your car if you're black, no, or you
Oh,
burn your garage. So like
oh,
it
wow.
was horrible. And then I told her, I said, listen, this is I don't want to be part of this, no.
Mm.
And they said like, well, that's what it is. No, you have to accept it. No, I'm not gonna accept this. No, like
Mm.
I don't want to be part of this. No. And then like we start having problems, like even things like that. No, and her parents kind of protect her a little bit on that. No, so like
Mm.
I have like everybody against me. It's like so, no, this is not okay. Like and then like the relationship didn't last long. Like
Mm.
because we were fighting so much. But then we noticed like it was great when we have all the freedom like that we have in Brazil. Now when we got stuck in a relationship and inside of the house, with kids and stuff, like we didn't have enough friendship or like, whatever, like enough to keep the relationship. Was bad because we separated kids who were very young, but
Mm.
that's what it is sometimes.
So did you stay in Cicero or you end up moving?
No, no. Then I moved to Chicago. I moved to
Mm.
back then I was working in a restaurant,
Mm.
which I became a chef in this restaurant. So that was a good thing that happened to me too. Like
Mm.
I started working as a dishwasher, and then like, pretty soon I started making pizza, making salads and stuff. And
Mm.
then there was a chef, an Italian chef, who said like, I'm gonna go back to Italy. Do you want to learn? I can teach you everything. I said, okay, oh sure. So he
Mm.
taught me how to cook, and then I became the chef there of the restaurant
Was it an
there.
Italian restaurant? Mm.
It was Italian restaurant on a little place called Little Village on Western and 26.
Mm.
There's still there some of those restaurants. This one that I used to work
Mm.
named Alfo's became a church now. It is a church over there. This because it was a big restaurant.
Okay.
So and then from there I moved to Rogers Park, and then I moved to Humboldt Park, and now I don't live in Chicago anymore. Now
Mm.
I live in St. Louis, Missouri now.
Oh,
I
wow.
moved a bit, yeah. But I go back like no, I go back and forth to the city. I go there for the gigs or
Mm.
whatever commitments that I have to do over there. So I go back and forth a lot.
So how was the Brazilian community? Were you able to connect easily with them, or you found yourself lost without any connection when you arrived in Chicago?
It was a little difficult because first of all, my friends was like related to my ex-wife,
Okay.
like or my wife at the time. So
Mm.
like and then I have a couple just couple friends because there was a football Brazilians have a football team. So like and they play on Saturday, and I went over there. There's always some drums there.
Mm.
And then like I always playing the drums with them. I knew how to play. I used to teach them how to play. I said, no, you
Okay.
play like this, you play like this. And then there was two important people that I met over there. One is a Cuban guy called Hernandez Dominguez. And he had like a lot of instruments, including those instruments that was there in the football games. Dominguez is the one. He's like, we're gonna do a band with you now. But no, 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 no. I have two kids. I can't do a band. Like I need to work and stuff. I don't have time for that. No, like no, no,
Mm.
no, no. You'll be the manager. Like no, we'll do a band. No, no, I'm not interested. But even though like that, like I did a couple gigs with him if I was available. But it was only percussion. Only percussion. And then I met another guy from my neighborhood in São Paulo. His name was
Okay.
Claudio Pepe.
Mm.
And his family owned one of the samba school that I used to go there in São Paulo called Camisa Verde e Branco.
Mm.
Claudio was exceptional. Like he was like really good like player, you know. Like and so like he got like six guys, and then we rehearsed for 6 months, and there was twice a week like big rehearsal. So like then we had, and he sang very well too. So like he was singing. We were doing a lot of shows to the city, a lot of shows. We did a lot of shows. And
Mm.
one thing that beat me like was like one Latino festival that happened at Navy Pier, and then this at least like 36 years ago or something like that. And there
Mm.
was this big like big event over there. We make like this big like percussion group with dancers and stuff. And there was, I don't know, 5,000 people watching over there. And I saw that. I said, gosh, no, I gotta do this more often. I'm like, and then that probably like it took me to the music.
So eventually you decided to create an organization called Chicago Samba. When was it? When did you decide to create the organization, and why you called it Chicago Samba?
Yeah, like I mentioned to you before, like the first version was called Chicago Samba School. But the school was the Americans didn't understand why school like in the name, but everywhere in the world they called Samba School, even Brazil. It's not as in Brazil is not a school of samba, but they in the 30s they didn't have like a physical space to rehearse, so they used the gyms from the school nearby. So
Mm.
like they call connect samba and school, but the space was only lended to them for the rehearsals. They didn't belong in that space. That was for a regular school. Today they have like big, big, big centers, like and they work a lot as cultural centers. All of them work as cultural centers. The community get together over there. But
Mm.
there, like, there's no classes. Like, no, you have to be part of that community. We have to know how to play or to dance very well to be there in Carnival. And
Mm.
now the rehearsals last like 6, 8 months. The rehearsal, so you have to be there all the time for the
Mm.
rehearsals. And the presentation is only 80 minutes. So you rehearse like 6 to 8 months, like we go there, like and do a. But they are so proud of their neighborhood, their names. So like they really put their souls over there to do that. I think I went off your question. What was
No,
the original question?
I think it's quite interesting because you are basically showing us how in Brazil, the importance of our neighborhoods. Because I understand that I grew up in Senegal. In
Uh-huh.
summertime, every
Mhm.
neighborhood have his own team, and around that team we have a lot of activities because each team have its supporters. So I see a
Mhm.
lot of similarity between um, you growing up in Sao Paulo and me growing up in Dakar because
Uh-huh.
the culture is around also the neighborhood, and the neighborhood is translated through a soccer team, that we support and all of that. My question was, at certain point, you came here, and you have to deal with the reality of the country, and you wanted, as an immigrant, I believe, to share one part of your culture, which was the samba. Now you got together with friends and you decided to create, if I don't make it, Chicago Samba. And my question was basically, when did you decide to have an organization? Because you can entertain the idea and say we want to do. Many people say we want to do things, and they end up doing nothing. But in your case, you decided you're going to have an organization, and you're going to call it Chicago Samba. And my question was when was it your organization was born, and why you decided to call it Chicago Samba?
Yeah, well, this thing, this organization thing, like organizing, being a leader. I
Mm,
don't like to say it myself. I like when the people see that on me, But that's one thing. Since I'm here, just one-on-one conversation here.
mm,
That's one thing that I always had. Like organize a lot of stuff. Like even when I was in this theater group, for example,
mm,
I organized some tours. Like we went to some like uh, rock festival or like or summer festivals. Like we just get a bus and get like connect like 40 people to pay like whatever we need to pay to rent a bus. And so we always did things like that. No, but
mm.
particularly with the band, it was first of all, I was very homesick.
Okay.
And and I was in the process of like going through immigration, the stuff. I could not leave the country,
Mm,
and and then to me it was escape. I think the most thing, but it's still a combination of things. Like it doesn't happen one thing all. There's always a combination of things. No,
mm,
so like I had some friends who play samba. Uh, one of the guys that was playing with us, he knew like the general manager on the Flatiron building there on North Avenue, Milwaukee, and Damon. There's the Flatiron building there. So we
okay.
had a rehearsal space on the basement there. So
Mm,
like we got together over there twice a week, like and have big rehearsals. And
mm,
we went to the street and play on the street. That's what we're doing. We're not thinking about having gigs and stuff. Just want to have together and have fun. To me, so that was mostly escape for me. A way
mm,
to do that, like to be with my culture. And even today, like after 41 years that I'm here, like I still see that like it is a big escape. Of course, today I have my own house. Like I'm very independent financially. Like I know like uh, I have my things today. Like and I pretty much like live out of the music. So like do things like that. But the reason why I decided to do that, I think it was escape. And again, like I want to reproduce like a samba school in Brazil. So that's why it was called Chicago Samba School.
mm.
The school name it was taken out of the main name, and then I became only Chicago Samba.
I see. So usually, where do you perform as a group?
Yeah.
Chicago, because I think you went from a big group to a small one. Can you explain us a little bit what triggered that transition? And now the group you are, what are the different instruments or different members of your group as we talk today?
Yeah. Well, the group, like when we were doing those big rehearsals over there in the basement, we were almost 25 percussionists that would come and like and play with us. And then like the people are not too serious about it. They got like really high, like you teach something, like we expect they're gonna come back with that, so you have to teach again. Or the guys start getting too drunk. And then some other a drummer, Steve Carroll. He was a snare player over there. It's like, no, let's make a smaller group. Like, and have some sort. He had a degree in music. He went to school in Michigan, I think. And
Okay.
then and so like, and then we start talking. Like, he has this business like mind. And then it's like, let's make a small group. Like, and whoever's serious, we're gonna be with us. If they're not serious, then they need to go. And so,
Okay.
so we started, and then the group became 7 people, and that formation stayed together for 14 years. But then we were really busy, like we were traveling like all over the Midwest. Like some weekends, like we went to 3 different states. There was
Mm.
like one particular year we did 170 gigs, like one
Wow.
year. So it was pretty much every other day. Like we're doing gigs, playing Brazilian music, straight Brazilian music. Like there's no fusion, there's no, but just like a Brazilian music straight. Like all in Portuguese, but people are hired and there was more money for music.
Mm.
Today, I feel like there's more money in general, but less money for music. Like,
Mm.
so everybody wants to make big bucks. So instead of having a band on the club, they're gonna have a DJ over there. So, and also like seven musicians, eight musicians are gonna be out of job because one DJ is doing the work. No,
Yeah.
so I do work as a DJ too, and I
Mm.
call it DJ revenge because like I
Revenge.
took one DJ out of the work. No,
Why the name DJ
no, I'm
Revenge?
joking. Because like I could get like one my revenge, because like the
Yeah,
DJs always got my job, like I got a job at least of one of them, like so.
I
So
see.
no, actually I call myself Mo Samba, DJ Mo Samba, Mo Samba.
Yeah. I truly believe, we should keep supporting local group and live music,
Sure,
because
sure, yeah.
I think is uh, you are often you face a lot of challenges, and I'm coming to the challenges. As somebody who has been trying to promote the Brazilian music in the Chicago area and the Midwest, what are the challenges you usually face, and how do you overcome those challenges?
Well, that's the part I'm good at. Because I like told you I have a degree in advertising, so
Mm,
like I always knew how to promote the band. I always promote the band well. Like
mm,
even before the internet, I had like a mail list with addresses, like I don't know, 1,500 people, and
okay.
then I would send like for Chicago Samba, would send a little flyer, like a little postcard, put in the mail, and
Mm,
that would our schedule. Like we were playing a lot every month. We play a lot, so like was like all the dates over there. And like you went to all those people's house, like the thing wasn't on the refrigerator. They
mm.
they paint the thing like the little fly in the refrigerator, so they would know like when and where we were playing. But we're talking before internet. There was no internet
So
back then.
basically, you didn't go do advertisement for nothing. You were able to use your skills to
No,
promote.
actually in Brazil, like when I was in Brazil, I worked for the PBS, TV Cultura in São
Okay.
Paulo, and
Mm,
and I work a lot of my learnings, like from school. I worked a lot over there, but I never worked with products. So I
I
always
see.
work like with social, institutional campaigns, like commercials for the television. I always connect with culture, never
Mm.
with product. I never sold like a pack of beer or
I-
cigarettes or whatever. No, like.
So your the advertisement was more cultural.
Yeah,
You
mostly with
okay?
ideas,
Yeah.
like it was mostly ideas in the.
For what kind of advice can you give to local band when you come to advertising today in the daytime?
You have to be in the social medias. You have to be very present
Mm,
over there. I still am. No, like
okay.
all of them. I hate them,
Mm,
but I am there like in all of them. No, you have to really push hard. No, if you
mm,
want to do it, and you have to play good music too. Because if you advertise something like you can make the spend because you can spend money now to advertise your group, but if you without like your music is not good. No,
mm.
one musician that I used to play with us there with the Chicago Samba, he said like, just play good music, they'll come. Everybody
Yeah,
gonna come. Just play
I
good music, they will come. Yeah.
I agree. And good playing good music require rehearsing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I
if you
love
don't
rehearsing. Yeah.
rehearsing,
And this guy used to say like, there's only two type of music. So like,
mm,
what type? Two types? Yeah, good
mm,
and bad. Good
yeah.
music or bad music.
Mm. The people who play with you, are they all from Brazil or
No,
from?
some of them are like that
Mm,
that group, the group that we played, they used to play a lot.
mm,
We were all from Brazil. Besides Steve, there was the drummer Steve, but he went to Brazil. He studied a lot. He was
mm,
very determined, like to learn like how to play samba music, and
mm.
he still is very good. He lives in the Crystal Lake in the suburbs,
Okay.
but he doesn't play music anymore. Only if we need him, like so he's gonna come and help us. But he has his own business there, like with family, so he doesn't play
Mm.
music anymore. But what was the question again?
No, yeah, I think you answered it. I say
Yeah.
whether all the musicians that are in your
Oh, yeah.
ensemble, they are from Brazil, and you
And
basically,
yeah. But today is not like that. The singer is from Brazil.
okay.
I'm from Brazil.
What's your name? Mm,
Her name is Priscila
okay.
Carvalho.
Mm,
Priscila Carvalho. And we have a musical director in Brazil, from
okay.
Brazil, in
Mm,
Chicago, who is who does the arrangements, and his name is Marcel Bonfim.
What
He,
instrument does he play?
he plays bass.
Oh, okay.
He plays bass, yeah. And he's Brazilian, but like when we have like big shows, we have like shows with three horns, for example. All the
Oh.
horns are from American jazz musicians.
Mm,
Uh, the piano players always from here too. We had a Japanese girl that was playing with us, but she's too busy. She got too big and she got too busy and
mm,
playing like so many groups. She doesn't have time to do anymore. But
mm,
lately we're not doing clubs anymore. Though we did one last Saturday. Now we play at Azul Chicago.
mm,
But we do mostly like private parties. We do a lot of private parties. So big companies like weddings, stuff
mm,
like that. So people hire us to do festivals and things like this because the clubs are difficult to play in the clubs because there's no money there. That's the whole thing.
mm.
Uh, but we're gonna be playing now on the 14, February 14. I don't know
Mm.
when you're gonna post this, but February
Yeah, I will
14,
share it before
26.
them.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We're gonna
Mm,
be if you put some little uh, characters here, like with or the website chicagosamba.com,
mm.
or this gig will be February 14 at Logan Square Auditorium. That's a carnival. It's a
Okay,
big That's the official carnival date. So that
okay.
that will be a big band with 10 musicians, will be six dancers. It will be at the Logan Square Auditorium. I don't know if you know the Logan Square, but it's a beautiful ballroom. It fits
Mm,
600 people there. And people dance from song one to the end of the night. They dance the whole night through. So it's a fun gig.
You say is the official date. Why is it that? Is it because it's the official date of Carnival in Brazil and you want to have your own here in Chicago? Is it
Yes.
the, okay. So,
But this Carnival is a Catholic holiday. It's like
okay.
always before Ash Wednesday.
Mm,
It's Carnival, like you can eat as much meat as you want until Mardi Gras, no, like till the or Fat Tuesday, until
mm,
Fat Tuesday, no, because and that's the whole process. So Lent starts on Ash Wednesday,
I
so
see.
and that's why the celebrations had to stop on Tuesday.
I
And then
see.
the Saturday before Ash Wednesday is
Mm,
Carnival. And it changes, it depends on the moon, like how the moon goes. Like sometimes it's in February, sometimes it's in March. But this year we're gonna be at Valentine's Day. So there will be a double thing over there. Double reason to go to see Chicago Samba at Logan Square Auditorium. Because it's Valentine's Day. Bring your
mm.
Valentine if you have one. If you don't have one, you might find one over there. Who knows?
Yeah, we many people basically um see pictures of huge carnivals in Rio, in Sao Paulo. Can you just take us to the history? When did they start having carnivals, and how the carnival evolved into what is today?
Yeah. Well, Carnival is originally is from Europe, but they
From
just
your
walk with
from
those
Europe?
masks of, yeah.
Mm,
And they walk like France, like Portugal as well, like no Italy,
mm,
but they walk with masks on. They just go on their carts and they have those big dress and stuff like this, no?
mm,
But in Brazil, it happens like this because the Indians has a lot of feathers and stuff, no? Like so, the costume has a lot of feathers.
mm,
The drums come from Africa, and the Afro-Brazilians develop a different way of playing them in Brazil and built
mm,
them differently. And the carnival, so they combine those three elements: the carnival from Italy or from Europe,
mm,
uh, and then the Portuguese allow the slaves to wear their dress once and make fun of them on the streets.
mm,
So and there's a combination of a lot of elements over there, but little by little, like over the years, like now we're talking about over 100 years already. Now, like you start taking the form, like going to the street, like in perform in the street, like they have we don't have masks like they do in Europe, but they have a lot of costumes, like different costumes. So and today the carnival works like this, like those big parades, like the special groups in São Paulo, in Rio, uh, between 4 and 5,000 people in each group. There are neighborhood associations. There are 14 of them in each state. In Rio has 14, São Paulo has 14
mm,
for this special group. Those each group is divided like in 50 subdivisions. The drum session is one of them.
mm,
So, and they tell you a history of something. There is a theme, and so they work with that theme, like I don't know, football, for example. So they're gonna represent football. So all the aspects of football, where football came from, like how was the ball, with the referee. So like it will be all the elements of a football game. We're gonna be some line over there. We're gonna be people kicking ball. Would be the referee over there with flags. So
mm,
they put the whole like the whole aspect of football into the street with music, with dancing, with the costumes, and everything. So like everything has to make sense. So we're talking about fifth like subdivisions of one group, and
mm,
everything has to be connected with the music. And it has to be very creative because you're competing with another 14 or another 13 like associations in your city. So
mm.
you have to be like, but there's a lot of money to that too, because that brings a lot of tourists. So like the city help them a little bit with money, and whoever is the first place, like get some money.
I
Also,
see.
I don't know how much money it is anymore, but
So if I really understand that the carnival, each year they have a theme, they have the subject, and each group have to kind of fit the subject to the perfection to be able to win. Is it the case? Mm,
yes, it is the case.
I
Yeah,
see. So what
and
is
and
the
they
theme of this year?
Oh, there's like all different teams,
Okay.
different themes. Yeah, like they never repeat. Like everything is original every year. So every year you're talking about the special group, right? But there's like the group number one, that's another 14. Group number two, it's another 14.
Mm,
Group number three, another 14, and then there's block. So like and then you have to go like a football competition. Probably in Africa, it's like in Brazil. That's the
mm,
way you don't become special like just like that. To get over there, and you have to go to the different like levels of uh, I forgot the word now, but I have to win like from the first group to the second group, no, or if you lose, like if you're the last four, you
mm.
go back, so four new comes in. You know what I
I
mean?
see.
So
Okay.
like it's very competitive, like and then you cannot be at the four like last ones because you're gonna be
Mm.
demoted. No, in
So
football, the same thing. Like the four last one get demoted, go to the
second,
to the
second division.
Series B. Yes, yes.
So what is going to be the topic for your carnival this year at
This
Logan
year,
Square? Mm,
yeah, we had some meetings for that, like but since it's uh, Valentine's Day, we were
mm.
calling Samba Love, Samba and Love, Samba
Samba
Love.
and love.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's Valentine's Day, so
So it's a mix of Brazilian and American fusion, I basically.
yeah. And
Because
it's
I
funny
think
because
I don't think Valentine is a Brazilian holidays, is it?
no, it's not. Yeah,
Okay.
but in Brazil, we celebrate in
Mm.
June, like June 12th.
Okay.
Because it was like it's very commercial. This whole thing is very commercial. And then
Mm.
like there was in Brazil like June was a month there was no sales pretty much. There was no reason to. So let's put like a Valentine's Day over here on June 12th. And then
Okay.
became this big boom. Like people start like buying a lot of stuff, giving gifts, chocolates, flowers, gifts. Like so like people in marketing, advertising do things like that. And I'm like.
Mm. As you indicated, I think it's the February 20th you have in an event. If people want to go to that event, what should they expect? How many bands and how long is going to last? Mm.
Is only one band, so it'll be only
Okay.
Chicago Samba. There will be a DJ,
Mm.
will be like a dance instructor, gonna be teaching like
Mm.
samba dance. He teaches twice. There will be dancers in big costumes. The costumes comes from Brazil, like I think it will
Okay.
be six of them with those huge costumes.
Mm.
There will be Brazilian food. There is catering called Sinha,
Okay.
uh, Sinaha.
Mm.
She's gonna be providing like Brazilian food. You have to buy separate from your admission.
Okay.
Uh, but it's the food is really good. It's very authentic too, like it's really delicious food. So it will be like a whole night starts at 9 and go all
Mm.
the way to 2. So it'll be like pretty much 5 hours of entertainment. It non-stop because
So,
like things one thing after another.
so
So
you mean 9 a.m.
no,
to
9 p.m.
9
9 p.m.
p.m. to
to 2 a.m.
2 a.m. at night?
Yeah,
Oh,
will be on
okay.
February 14th.
February 14th.
Yeah,
And it's going to be at the Logan Square neighborhood uh,
Logan Square Auditorium.
auditorium.
Yeah, it's up.
Okay.
That's a well-known place in Chicago. People, I don't know if you've been there, but it's a people know that there's a lot of concerts over there, and we've been doing carnival there for the past, I'd say, 18 years or so. We do carnival there.
Okay. So, did you start learning the instrument? That instrument, what is the name again?
Cavaco,
Cavaco. You start.
Cavaco.
Did you learn playing cavaco here, or you start learning the instrument in Brazil?
I started in Brazil, but this girl that I ended up moving to Chicago with her, she gave me as a gift once. Like we were just dating, she gave me one because I told her that I like the guitar. But
Mm,
like I said to you, like I had no time to play because no,
mm,
I was in a relationship, like
mm.
going to work during
And
the
you
day,
and
school
you
at
have a
night.
family as well. You have a
Yeah.
kids. Okay.
Yeah, back then I didn't, like,
Mm,
then I I took some class on Saturday. So I went
mm,
over there, I learned something like in the class, and then
mm,
I went back next Saturday. So like you didn't practice, now you have to practice. And
mm,
this guitar over here, there are metal strings, so like you have to have callus, if you don't have callus, like you can't play that, like, because it's kind of hard in your fingers if you
mm,
don't have callus. So. Anyway, so like and then when I moved over here, I brought the one that she gave to me. I brought with me in the and then I start taking classes like but nobody knew that guitar. It's different from a ukulele. The tuning is different. The strings are different. So this guy he taught music. A music teacher taught music to read music by using like a ukulele methods. Like and then I kind of have to relearn a little bit because the string is different. Like the open string is different.
Usually, you guys play original or you just play covers? How
We
is
play a
work?
lot of cover. We play mostly covers. Like
Mm,
though, like I have a CD. I have one CD, and I'm in the process of doing another one. So I'm
okay.
pushing my songs. Like once in a while, I put one of my songs over there because I
Okay.
compose a lot. Not like I'm always doing a lot of things with music. So
Is it okay to give us a preview with your instrument? One
yeah,
little
I don't
song?
know how Zoom is gonna record it, but you let me know if this is
Yeah.
Let me see if I
Okay.
Zoom is doing this like now like it's
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah. You can put it down. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Good. Mm,
So just
yeah.
here, hear well?
No, it's not coming up. It's fine. It's not a thing. I think you
No?
need to mic it or somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have this one,
But
I don't have hot mic.
February 14, you will be
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and you
If you
will.
if yeah, I have a couple videos on
Mm,
YouTube. What I can
okay.
do, I'll send you the link on those videos,
Yes.
and then you put the links over there. So
Mm. Yeah, I will definitively share it on my social media
okay,
and let people know about the event. Um,
okay.
you know, Mr. Mo, why you moved from Chicago? My last question.
There was a time that I was doing a lot of workshops. Like I went to
Okay.
Europe a couple of times, like
Mm,
doing workshops. Like I was going all over the Midwest doing workshops in
mm,
Brazilian percussion. And
okay.
here in St. Louis, there was a group here in St. Louis called the Sambistas.
Oh,
And there was
okay.
like 15 guys, like they didn't know how to play well, like they
Mm,
didn't know even how to tune the drums. And then they hired me to come over here for the whole weekend. So
mm,
like I was like some sessions of training with them, and then we did the parade on Sunday. But there was a girl, like that I was over here, like she was doing a documentary about like this situation because well, how
Yeah.
come those 15 guys like all gringos are playing the Brazilian music, like so they hired me. So she did a documentary with that,
Okay.
And when I came in, like I noticed that she had a camera, she was a professional camera, and I make a comment. I make because I'm from television too, and she
Mm,
looked at me first like, well, how you know this language? And then I said like, no, because I used to be on television too. And then
mm.
she did an interview with me, and then we kind of clicked, like so. And then we started like dating. She started going to Chicago for 2 years. I was living in Chicago still.
I
And
see.
then she why don't you move to St. Louis? We're gonna have more life. We're gonna be a little calmer here. Like we're gonna have more quality of
Mm.
life. And then I ended up moving. Then we stayed together for 20 years, but we're not together anymore now.
So
So
you moved to St. Louis because of love.
say yes, yeah. Well, but I mean,
uh,
love has been driving me, drove me to Chicago too from São Paulo. Like
yeah, but, it's quite interesting. And
yeah,
Mr. Mo Acyr,
yeah,
thank you very much for joining me under the human right tree.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it was a really a great pleasure listening to your story
No,
and
thank you.
learning more about samba, Brazil, and carnival. I see a lot of similarities between African culture and the Brazilian culture. At the end of the day, I quite believe the world is a village. You just
Hmm.
have to seek to learn from other, and you will see a lot of similarities.
Yeah,
Um,
I think you said something very important. Like
mm,
your neighborhood, like your community. Community is
yeah,
something very important. And
mm,
we just want to leave a little advice over here for young generations. Stay with the arts.
yeah,
The arts, like the hearts is over there. Don't think much about money, like killing
mm,
yourself for work. Do enough so you don't depend on anybody. But I stick with the arts. Arts, like I think, is the most important thing in life today. I travel a lot, like I said. Not like I go to some cultures, they give
mm,
such an importance for arts. Not like the kids go to the school to
mm,
learn like how to be an artist. If they have a talent, they're gonna go
mm,
fast. No, and here like we have this thing of making money or making war or whatever. Like I want
mm.
to do another one so we can talk a little bit about politics. Like
Sure. Yeah, I would love to know learn more about your life in St. Louis and learn about the Brazilian culture also in that city. You know, I will reach out in the near future. But the lesson I learned, stay with the art. And
pretty
Mr.
much.
Mo Ashir, thank you very much for joining me under the
All
Human
right,
Right
good
Tree.
luck. Good luck with your show over there. I hope
Again, I
you
will
make
let
me
I will let you, tell people about the event that is coming in. Can you tell us
uh, uh,
on
the biggest,
February?
yeah, biggest one is Carnival. This is the official Carnival from Chicago Samba, and will
Mm,
be at Logan Square Auditorium. Address is 2539 North Cadsey. It's
mm,
by Cadsey and Milwaukee.
okay.
And it's fun. Like if you never seen Carnival show, you should go over there because it's a lot of fun.
And it's going to be a Valentine's celebration as well.
Yeah, some and love.
Again, thank you very much for joining me under the Human Right Tree.
Thank you, Alpha.
It
Thank you.
was a
Thanks for
pleasure
reaching
talking
out.
to you. Thank you.
All right, take care.